Stop before you spend thousands of dollars upgrading your phone or your family's phones to a new 5G device. There are a few questions you need to ask yourself before to see if it's worth it or not. Like, do I even have 5G in my area? Does my cell phone plan support 5G? And even more questions that I bet you didn't even know you needed to ask, because yes, some cell phone plans don't allow 5G access on them. So before you go spending all this money, let's make sure that it's worth it. Thanks for watching Listen Loud TV. I'm Sherry Riggs. In this video, I'm going to help you decide if getting a 5G phone is right for you by answering a few questions. The reason I made this video is because I just want everyone to have a better overall experience with their cell phone, and especially with 5G, since it's the newest and best thing since sliced bread in telecommunications. So if now is not the right time to get a 5G device, when will be? And I will be helping you answer those questions and even helping you find the best 5G phone. So keep watching to find out more. In the spirit of total transparency and honesty, I do have a 5G phone. I have the, whoa, my phone's blowing up. Okay, redo. I do have a 5G phone. I have the new iPhone 12 Pro. I got it as soon as it was available for a few reasons. First, my previous phone was quite old, about 2.5 years old, and it was showing its age. It needed to be substituted out. And second of all, I'm a tech YouTuber. I test internet speeds and I test the newest tech. So of course I wanted to have the newest tech for myself. But before you go and spend $1,300 or so on a brand new phone, if that's what you're wanting to spend on a new 5G device, hold off, because what if I told you I can save you some money, save you some time, and if you waited a little bit longer, you might have a better 5G experience? What if? So now I am going to go through a list of why you should or should not get a new 5G phone. And these lists, these should and should not lists, they're all basically one list. They're just the inverse of each other. So without further delay, let's get to it. Let's go to number one, reason number one. Now, this is pretty much the biggest reason why you should or should not get a phone. Is your phone old? If it's old and slowing down, your software is degrading, everything's a little bit slower, then yeah, you should get a new phone, and most new phones are 5G capable these days. So upgrade your phone, make it 5G. But if you have, say, an iPhone 10, upgrade. If you have an iPhone 11, don't upgrade, because look, from year to year, phone to phone, software is getting a little better, but it's not like it used to be. Every year back in the day, there would be leaps and bounds in new technology. Nowadays, every year, manufacturers blow up simple features, like it has 100 times zoom, or the glass is way stronger. Those are the only things you're missing out on if you don't upgrade yearly. So if you have an iPhone 11 or you have a phone that's just a year old, hold off. Wait, you do not need to upgrade just for 5G. Now, the second reason why you should or should not get a 5G phone is if you have or don't have 5G coverage in your neighborhood, in your state, in your area. Lots of people think that 5G, because advertisers are putting it out into the world, that it's available everywhere, and that is not the case. There is little amounts of 5G in the United States right now. So make sure that you have 5G coverage in your area or where you'll frequently be using a 5G phone if you're wanting to upgrade to try out 5G. So now that I'm kind of already talking about coverage, let's just take a really quick look at what 5G coverage looks like from each of the major carriers across the country. So on the TV behind me, I'll scoot out of the way. There we go. On the TV behind me right now is T-Mobile's 5G coverage map. As you can see, over in the mid-east part of the country, where we got Iowa, Illinois, Arkansas, it is pretty heavily covered in 5G. But if we go and look over to the East Coast, it's also pretty covered in 5G, with Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia having some blank spots. The more west we go, the less 5G coverage there is on T-Mobile. So you can get a better look at this map on whislout.com. I'm linking it in the description below. Next up, we're going to be looking at Verizon and AT&T's coverage maps. I have just pulled up AT&T's coverage map, and as you can see, it's a lot less coverage than T-Mobile. So not great news for AT&T customers, but as I mentioned before, in Utah where my family is, this is where they are. This little teeny purple speck, that's where they live most of their lives, right? I'm here in San Diego. San Diego has great coverage for AT&T 5G, so that's why I have been experiencing great 5G speeds here. If we also look to the center of the country, it's scattered, and on the east, northeast, and southeast, there are some good coverage areas for AT&T 5G. Again, you can get a better look at this map in the description below. There is a link. And next is Verizon. I have just now pulled up the Verizon 5G coverage map, and it's very similar to AT&T's. It's very scattered. The same states and the same areas have 5G coverage. So just California's decent, Arizona's okay, Texas has lots of coverage, New Jersey, Maryland, Massachusetts, North Carolina all have Verizon 5G coverage. Now, if you're watching this a few months down the line, a year later than when this video is published, these maps have been updated. We update these maps every 3 months. We get new information. So if this just doesn't seem right to you, again, check the links in the description where we update these maps. But right now, T-Mobile has the most, and AT&T and Verizon are really close together when it comes to 5G, so just keep that in mind. And that's also why I recommend waiting to upgrade to a 5G phone. Now, just a word of caution. If you are lucky enough to have any type of 5G where you live, it's not going to be the 5G that you are expecting. So let me give it to you real quick here. There are 3 types of 5G: low, medium, and high band 5G. High band 5G are those epic speeds carriers advertise that are like 2 gigabit download speeds, equal upload speeds, best thing ever. That is in very little locations. In fact, it's only in a handful of cities around the country right now. The next type of 5G is mid-band. Mid-band is great. It's about 6 to 8 times faster than 4G, so you're going to be expecting multiple 100 Mbps download speeds and really awesome upload speeds. Now, the most widely available 5G right now is low band. Low band 5G is it's in a lot of places. Everywhere I go in California, I have it. My parents have it in Utah, wherever they go, so it's in quite a few places. However, it's really only comparable to fast 4G LTE speeds. So on any given day, I'll do a speed test with 5G and I'll get near 100 Mbps download and about equal upload speeds. So keep that in mind, that when you get a 5G phone, you probably won't be getting those amazing speeds you're expecting. You will likely have a very similar experience to 4G if you had just kept your 4G phone. So again, that's another reason why you might not or shouldn't upgrade to a 5G phone, is the amount of 5G that's available right now. The third reason why you should or should not get a 5G phone is if your cell phone plan is 5G capable. Now, many cell phone plans these days are 5G capable, meaning the network allows you to access their 5G spectrum. However, there are plenty of cell phone plans that don't. When I got my 5G phone, when my dad got his, we had to upgrade our plan to be able to access 5G on AT&T. Now, with that being said, the upgraded plan was still the same cost as the lesser plan, which was great for us, but that might not be the case for you. So look into your plan. If you have 5G accessibility, great, upgrade your phone if you want a 5G phone, upgrade. However, that just may not be the case, and just be willing to spend a few extra bucks a month to be able to get a cell phone plan that is 5G capable. The last and final reason I have for why you should or should not upgrade to a 5G phone is whether or not you want other features, better features in a cell phone, right? So I tell people all the time, don't upgrade your phone just because you want 5G. Don't do it. For the reasons I've listed out previous to this, 5G just isn't available in enough places yet for you to warrant spending thousands of dollars on new 5G devices for you or yourself or your family. Which now begs the question for me to answer is, when will it be worth it to upgrade my phone? Well, potentially by the end of the year. There is more 5G rolling out day by day, month by month. Every carrier is expanding their 5G coverage. And by the end of the year and into 2022, 5G might be in more places. And pause, let's get my phone back on, shall we? And okay, we're back. So by the end of 2021, beginning of 2022, there will be more super speed 5G out. More high band 5G will be available in a lot more places. So if you really want to upgrade your phone, I say hold off. Hold off until the newer models come out. Hold off until there are the new releases, because if you get a 5G phone now, if you upgrade right now, your options are limited. You're going to have more options if you wait just a little bit longer, and you'll be able to keep a little bit more money in your pocket for a little longer if you just wait to upgrade. And that's my official opinion. That is my official review for you. So which 5G phones should you get? Well, that is the question I'll be answering in a few videos next week and in my following series with this 5G series I'm doing. So stay tuned. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on those notifications if you don't want to miss my recommendations for which 5G phones are best right now, and if you wait a little bit longer, which ones will be the best. Plus, I'll even give you some good options for budget phones, but buyer beware, budget phones might not be the way to go. Anyways, stay tuned for those. I have some awesome content coming up, and I'd love for you to join me. Thanks for watching. I'm Sherry Riggs with What's Live TV.